Hi, Sean Huxter here. Welcome to Magical Little Worlds with me. Tonight, it's a Manhattan. 4 Roses bourbon, a really nice vermouth, one maraschino cherry, a Luxardo cherry, and if you've never had one of those, oh my God, you're missing out. And also a rhubarb bitters, which most people wouldn't think about, but they're amazing. Anyway, tonight we're going to talk about something Polly Pocket. It is the Polly Pocket 35th birthday party stamper. I got some funny stories to tell, but let's talk about this. Stop, alto, arrête, pare. Do not open on the shelf or put on shelf before 24 July 2024. Now, this is the 28th of July 2025. I should have done this 4 days ago, but I was kind of busy doing other things. So this is the party stamper set. One of the funny stories is that I bought this, and then I bought another one by accident. And when I say by accident, it was a dumb mistake because I mistook the name of this for the dinner party Keepsake Collection that was done in 2018. And I mistakenly bought this a second time thinking I was buying this, but then I got this later anyway. So, you know, it's fine. But today we're going to open this one. And because this is in a package, I'm going to just pause for a second and open it using my trusty tool. Oh, this is not my normal tool. You know what? It's a poor craftsman who blames his tools, but I blame my other tool for not being in the room at the moment, so I'm using this box cutter. I will cut this box, and then we'll get back to you. Let's move my Manhattan to the side, and when you see me again, this will be open. Et voila, mes amis. Here it is, the 35th birthday party time stamper. This is... I guess this is Keepsake Collection. Yeah, it says right here, this is Keepsake Collection. I have to give it up to Mattel for doing some beautiful things in the Keepsake Collection. And now, what we have here is, of course, 3 pads of stamps. We have a beautiful, very party-like box, Keepsake Collection here, the old Polly Pocket logo. I actually have a shirt that has this logo on the front, quite large, and I get complimented everywhere I go wearing this shirt. It's a charcoal shirt. I got it from Mattel themselves. And it has Polly Pocket in it. I cannot tell you how many people stop me and tell me how much they love that shirt. And I tell them where I get it. And here on the back is the compact and the indication of the figures you're going to get, and that it's the 35th anniversary. Celebrate the 35th anniversary of Polly Pocket with a special edition remake of the classic Party Time Stamper compact from 1992. And sure enough, they made this in 1992. This is a reissue. I do not have the original, so I can't run through and do a comparison like I did with the party time set. So because there's so much going on here, I'm going to open this up now and do that off camera because you don't need to see that. Often these sets are very collector friendly. In other words, you can open them, but then put them right back again exactly the way they were without damaging the packaging. I hope that's true, but I'm not going to bore you with that whole package opening thing. I'm just going to open it and we'll get back to it. And then I'm going to start talking about this particular compact, but also the Heart compact in general, its legacy, and just exactly how much the Heart compact is a vital part of the Polly Pocket line, going back in time. So let's open this up. Getting back to you just for a moment, it's interesting because all you really had to do, there's a plastic band going around here. I pulled that off. Unfortunately, I ripped the bottom with the tape a little. But once you do that, this whole thing just opens up. And so, you know, I'll get back to you. As my mascots guard the scene, I open up the Polly Pocket Keepsake Collection 35th Party Stamper. Now, this is a Heart compact, and I have brought out some special guests off to the side there, which I'll bring out in a moment, to talk about the whole concept of the Heart the Heart compact and Polly Pocket. Now, all around this Polly Pocket one, you have, this is obviously supposed to be some sort of birthday cake theme because you've got all these piped icing decorations going around with hearts and stars and what looks like just sprinkles. And that goes all the way around. There are other compacts that have these as decorations that you can put on later, but that's a different thing. Also, these come with 3 different pads. Because these are stampers and they include stamps, you get to place, you get to like stamp these things. And I imagine these, because they're little tiny things, you could write a letter and maybe put a stamp on there and send that to somebody. I mean, a very tiny note, you know, like a little note card. Well, here's the compact, and it's heart-shaped. Let's open it up. And here we have it. So we're definitely talking about a very nice party theme. And the one thing I got to give it up to them for this one, Mattel, is that, oh my God, this is fully colorful. This is very colorful. One of the biggest complaints I have of the modern Polly Pocket line, let me just grab a drink, is that they put a lot of detail in their sets, a lot of molded and carved detail, but they just don't do the job of painting them like they should. This one is an absolute exception. This one is absolutely spectacular. And sure, yes, a sticker in the back is doing a lot of the heavy work there, but that's fine. That goes right back to the whole Polly Pocket sets. That's exactly the way it should be. But look, I'm going to remove the figures just for a moment, and we'll talk about those in a second. But look at the details. You've got a door here that's fully painted. You got the purple painted detail over a paint door. And here's a gift. Now, this is the way you would normally see it in a modern Polly Pocket set. No paint at all. But down here, you've got a pink gift with turquoise ribbon. And then you've got, you know what? I don't know what that is. To be quite honest, I couldn't tell you what that is. It almost looks like a bowling ball set, and maybe it is. Over here, you've got gifts again in yellow and purple painted again. Here you have a puppet stage. And again, it's got a painted curtain. And this is the kind of detail we are missing in so many modern Polly Pocket sets. Even back there, that balloon, that's painted a different color. It's painted a different color because you can see that it is the turquoise and teal of this gift. And you got the turquoise balloon here and a teal balloon back there. And you got a gift with both. Here, painted details. Ooh, a little bit of a sneak peek. I wanted to show you that in a minute. The bed is painted. The gift is painted. These gifts are painted. This is not painted, but that's okay. What is that? That's a stereo, right? Yeah. And this is a lovely little couch. You got a punch bowl back here. Lots of details. This is your 35th anniversary party. You got a piñata up here, which is beautiful. Piñatas, by the way, heavily used in the modern Polly Pocket era. They make whole piñata sets. One of the things I want to show you, I absolutely adore lever details, lever play. And one of the things I'm trying to do is make my own toy sets. And the one thing I haven't yet managed to do is do some good lever play. So here's a little lever. And what I love about this is this lever makes this rabbit pop out of the magic hat, but over on the other side makes a puppet come out of the puppet theater. That is genius. I absolutely love that. I mean, it's so simple and yet perfect. Look at that. Oh, I love it. And now downstairs, we have a garden. Now there's a table decorated with lots of ribbons. And this table is festooned with ribbons, but also has a cake in the middle. And what's up there? There's the 35th anniversary cake. And I don't know if this cake comes off. I don't think it does. But I'm not going to spoil the surprise. There's something happening here. And then we have a little stone walkway into the garden here. The one thing I think that's unusual is many Polly Pocket sets have a gate here. And this one seems to have foregone the gate. And probably because there's a table here and there's no room for the gate to swing. So it's fine that it's not there. Not every Polly Pocket set has to have a gate. There's a hedge here and all sorts of trees done in beautiful detail and different color than the bottom, which is kind of a mint green. And lots of detail down here too. More ribbons just sort of scattered around the garden. Here you have a gift, well painted. And if you open up the gift, you see a little horse inside, which is very nice little detail. And here you have a unicorn rocking horse, or carnival ride sort of, that you can get in at the party and play. And here, I guess, is a little pool. This looks a little bit like an inflatable pool. And I think that might be what that is. But I can't tell you because it almost kind of looks like a well, interestingly. But I think it's actually supposed to be an inflatable pool. And you get this beautiful purple detail back here, purple plants and yellow flowers. And there are benches on either side. That's the main set. So what's the big deal? What is this? It's a party stamper. Now, that means there are stamps and ink. Now, the ink hides under here. There is just a little cap here. This places over. And then what you have to do is pull this away. I have not done this yet, obviously. I'm going to pull this away, and there should be ink under here, and I'm hoping the ink has lasted because this is, an older set now. It's as I pointed out earlier, it's 4 days past 1 year since this was supposed to be put on shelves. But that looks pretty solid. It looks like there's ink there. And I really have two minds. Should I actually start inking, or should I leave this set pristine? I think I kind of want to leave this set pristine. So I'm not going to ink them for you, but I am going to show you what the ink stamps are. So this pool pulls out, and it's a stamp, of a Polly Pocket character with lots of party things around. You can see her curly hair, you can see her facial details, her eyes and mouth are in little rounded details there. So when you put a stamp down, that should form, pretty decent looking eyes. And then you've got the ride, which forms another stamp, which says, it's backwards, so I can read backwards, but it says 35th, and then some hearts and stars and ribbons. And of course, the great thing is this can go in any direction. So you can turn the horse around if you like, which I kind of like it in this direction myself. And then the gift, which we already know has a little horsey inside, has, there we go, 35th. And that looks, I want to say it's like a cake, but it's definitely a heart with ribbons and details. I am not going to use the stamper because I want to keep this pristine. And I know that's kind of dumb. Since I've opened this, I should probably just do it. But I don't want to. So I'm not going to. And I do have a second one, by the way, so I can leave that pristine. You know what? Because I have a second one, and I accidentally bought a second one, I'm going to change my mind and use these stamps. Why not? And I'm going to stamp each of the 3 cards with 3 different stamps. So here's the Polly Pocket stamp. We'll make sure that she's facing upward. We'll go down with some ink. Oh boy, that's a lot of ink, man. Okay, let's try to be very gentle here and not put... There you go. Good Lord, that's a lot of ink. If I'd pushed that down very hard, that would have been quite the disaster, I think. But anyway, you can see, even though there's still way too much ink, you can totally see that the Polly Pocket is there on all the details. That's kind of nice. Now we'll take out I'm getting the ink on my hands. Take out the horsey, or the unicorn ride, and then stamp. I think just be very gentle on the stamp because there's just so much ink there. You push this down and like literally just kind of float up. Okay, that's actually better now. Let's do a second one. And now we get the 35th. Oh, that came out really nicely. And so I'm kind of glad now that I'm actually using these stamps. Like I said, I have a whole nother one that I can leave pristine. And then we've got this design here. And we'll put that, oh, too much. We'll put that here, and look at that. Oh, that's lovely. So that is definitely a cake. Very nice, I must say. So let's talk about the characters now. So you've got a little Polly here who is not Polly. I don't know who these characters are because I'm not really a fan of I'm not really, I guess I'm a fan, but I'm not really up on the characters. This is a character we see quite often with purple hair. And she's holding an ice cream cone, and she's definitely dressed in like, well, these are strange party hats, man. But she's wearing pink overalls in a teal t-shirt with a teal party hat. And we can place her anywhere. I wonder, do they fit? Yeah, they fit inside the horse, right? If I wanted to put, sure, she sits right inside the horse. That's a great place to put her. And then we have Polly herself. Polly, of course, is the iconic character. This is like a newer set, but they're using the older style characters with the hinged bodies, which we all love. And she's holding a translucent balloon, which we've seen in other sets. And she is more or less dressed similarly. She's got a white skirt on with a purple sort of top, and then the same hat, but in purple. We'll place her over, let's place her in the pool. And that's what there is in this set. I'm going to talk briefly now, because I've already gone like 14 minutes, but we're going to talk briefly now about the heart-shaped compact. So we're going to dive in a little bit into heart-shaped compacts and what they mean in the Polly Pocket world. So from the very beginning, hearts played an important role. Oh, one thing. I forgot to put the stamp cover back, and it'd be a good idea because that ink, we don't want it to dry out, and I'm pretty sure that kind of keeps it fresh. So in 1989, Polly Pocket came out with the Heidi's Chalet, which is a heart-shaped compact, but they did a variant called the Christmas Compact, and this is the Christmas Compact. I do not have the heart-shaped Chalet. I kind of wish I did, but I don't. This is basically the same set. It's just been repainted. There's a little reindeer there. I don't have all the figures, but I do have the reindeer, thankfully. The original Heidi's Chalet is exactly the same. It's just colored differently. And I don't think that the Heidi's Chalet had audio. This one does. So there's a little speaker here. I bought this not working. I managed to break the compact base off and fix the audio, fix the electronics. It was just a matter of the switch being bent. And when you push this little bunny here, yeah, there's no way to turn that off, by the way. Once you started, it started. And so that's a Heart Compact from 1989. It's called the Christmas Compact. Now, in no particular order, I'm just going to pull this out. In 1991, they made the Bath Time Fun Compact. I don't have all of them, by the way. There's a lot more hearts than I have, but I do have a fair number, and I'm going to go walk through them quickly. This is just a Bath Time set. Again, it's a heart shape, but it's a ring box. Quite tall, like an actual ring box would be if you were, giving a ring to someone. There's a ring goes in here that has a bath and a character. I do not have that. I only have the compact. And to be quite honest, I'm happy. I do love this compact. It is just a pedestrian day in the life of somebody in a bathroom, and I kind of quite like it. Then you've got this one, which is the 1989 Country Cottage. This is a great one. I do love this set. This is one of the original 1989 Polly Pockets. I love these beams in the ceiling of the cottage, and then you've got a bath here and a bedroom and a living room and a little dining room or kitchen or whatever, and then you got an entire yard out here. There's a cat and a dog and Polly and some trees and bridges and koi. Rivers with koi or ponds with koi are very common in Polly Pocket themes. But again, we're talking about a heart set. Look familiar? Yeah, of course it does. Also, we have this set, which is the 1992 Starlight Castle, a very, very, very common set. So popular that Mattel actually did a keepsake version of this, and they changed a lot of things around. Like, for example, oops, I have a character here. Like, for example, the gazebo here is heart-shaped instead of being round like the original. But again, this is a courtyard and a castle, and the castle opens up, and you've got a armor here, and you got a whole interior of the castle, throne room here. I actually have this character, but she is not a Polly Pocket character. When I bought this set, it came with this. This, I believe, is a Trendmaster's castle princess. But she seemed to fit the theme nicely, so I'm quite happy to have her. I can put her up there. She really does fit. I mean, look at that. The color's even exactly right. The only thing is she doesn't have the foothold that Polly has, or the foot peg. And this stairway moves forward as the thing comes down, giving me all sorts of ideas. Also, this is a light up set, but I'm not sure. I don't have batteries in here right now, but this does in fact light up. When I put batteries in, it does light up and everything's cool. It works perfectly fine. The batteries are hidden under this compartment here. But again, that one is a heart shape, and this one is almost exactly the same size as the new one I'm featuring tonight. So that's another heart shape. And then in the classic era, oh, actually, I don't have any more vintage ones. What I do have, however, is this 2021 set, which comes from the Fairy Garden Meadow. I'm sorry, no. That is the Royal Ball Jewelry set. And this comes, I did a little review of this a while ago if you want to see it. It comes with a bracelet and some earrings and this ring. And the ring, it also comes with a unicorn and a Polly Pocket character as a princess. She sits in the ring. The ring, of course, comes out, fits on your finger. And then, of course, you have another piece of armor up here and a little dais here with a crown on it. And that is another heart-shaped compact, and by no coincidence, very pink. Then we have the 2024 ring set. Now, this is a very famous one because they did 3 in this series, and one is the heart shape, and it's slightly lavender rather than pink. This is the, what do they call this? This is the Fairy Meadow ring, and it's done in 2024. And this is a Polly Pocket with a little fairy, and then there's a little lily pad in the middle with a little frog friend, which can come out and actually be put up here if you want. It's kind of nice. Let's put it back there for now so we can close it. The ring again comes out just like your vintage rings, and of course the ring comes off the ring so that you can place the Polly, and then you snap it back onto the ring, and then you can close the compact. Back there, there's a Fairy Meadow Garden and a koi pond again. What a surprise. And that closes and forms another heart. So that's yet another one. And then we have the Modern Era 2021 Art Studio, which I'm a particular fan of because, well, I'm an artist myself, and I've done a lot of the crafts in here. And there are many crafts. There's a little pottery wheel in here. There is a place for paintings. These actually paintings are water-based, so when you put water on here, you can actually see paintings. There is a little cat sculpture up here, and this is a clay sculpture. There's your Polly character, a little couch here. This whole thing folds down to reveal a sewing studio. So you've got a little fashion form here. You got a chair. This is the brush you can use to put water on these. There's a little palette here for painting, a sewing machine, and then a little place for a fashion show. This is a little runway for a fashion show. Down here you have another stage to put on your fashion show as well, I guess. Then, or you know what, a person can pose here for artists, and these are easels, so the artists can paint still lives. And here's another Polly character that comes with this. For some reason, she has a crown. There it is. And then you have this little clay sculpture here. When you pull this open, it can reveal the cat, which often goes in here. And then you have other pottery, crafts, and other things as well. So this is like a full featured art studio with all sorts of different artistic pursuits. But the main point is, it is yet another heart compact in kind of a lavender. And I have to say, this one speaks to me, except for this nonsense here, which has got to go away. Okay, so the second last one I want to talk about, and this is an important one because this is the 80th anniversary of Mattel, and they put out this 80th anniversary Ruby Heart Compact, which is another ring case. You can tell by the height. And this is the first ring case that features the modern Polly Pocket with the legs. So if I pull her out, you'll see a modern Polly Pocket with the hinged legs rather than the original Polly Pocket style with the hinged body. And she fits back into the cake. The cake goes onto the ring. This is going to take a bit. And the ring fits on here, fits back in here. Most of these ring cases came with a Polly and a pet. In this case, it's kind of funny because the pet is actually a balloon dog rather than a real dog, based on the Jeff Koons balloon dog art that he made famous. And then you have a little stage up here. You have another piñata, which is awesome. Now I've reviewed this one as well. And this one I kind of like because this is the 80th anniversary, showing that Mattel has doubled down on Polly Pocket and they've rebranded. So they've gone back to the old Polly Pocket logo with a little exception in that the hearts that normally come to the side are actually within the O, which is kind of nice. But I'm so happy that they went back to the original concept of the logo and the coloration. And then the last one I'm going to show you recently came out, and this is the brand new Polly Pocket Clueless collab with the Clueless movie. And this opens up, I did a review of this as well. This opens up to reveal, this is Cher's house. This is her friend. You know, I did a review a little while ago. I'm kind of blanking on the names now. It's been so long since I've seen this movie. And this is a great compact as well. I'm not going to re-review this because if you want, you can go back and see my review. But there's her Jeep. She had tire tracks here as she's trying to learn to drive and then knocks over the plant, which I think is brilliant. Very nicely done. And then the entire upper, this is Ty, the friend. Or I can't remember the names, to be honest. I know Ty is one of them. This is a friend of hers that they try to bring into the crew and, you know, kind of make her up. Every one of these has a little phone. She's dropped hers. It's there somewhere. These phones are going to get lost. There it is behind the statue. And there's the statue. A very, very detailed and nice set, including a little closet that opens up here and a computer program which she uses to choose her clothing. And that is, again, another heart compact. Again, very similar, a little bit smaller than this one. But just to show you that hearts have gone back through the Polly Pocket history and are a huge part of the Polly Pocket legacy. So I kind of think that's all I want to say about this. The fact is, this is what I wanted to show you tonight, and I've shown it to you. And because it is a heart compact, it harkens back throughout the entire history of Polly Pocket, including modern day, back in the vintage day. This is the first year of Polly Pocket, and I believe this one is as well. And then hearts have, of course, now the 80th anniversary. Hearts have always been a part of Polly Pocket. So with that said, and my drink in hand, I will say, for now, goodbye from me, Sean Huckster, and Magic Little Worlds, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.